Number 1 says use a common denominator to divide. Show your work. So if we're looking at a common denominator, we have 7 over 1 and 1 over 4. So since we have 7 over 1, we can change that to fourths. 1 times 4 is 4. 7 times 4 is 28. Once we have our common denominator, we just divide the numerators, so we completely ignore the denominators. 28 divided by 1 equals 28. The second one, we have 5 divided by 1, 6. Again, we change 5 into 5 over 1. Since the denominator is 1, we can change it to anything. So we're going to change it to 6. 1 times 6 is 6. 5 times 6 is 30. So now, again, we ignore our denominators and we just divide our numerators. 30 divided by 1 equals 30. Number 2 says solve and show your work. So if I were going to solve, since they're both mixed numbers, I'm going to change them to improper fractions. So to change to improper fractions, we take the whole number, multiply it by the denominator, add the numerator, and the denominator stays the same. So 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, over 2. Multiplied by, again, our whole number is 7, multiply it by our denominator, 7 times 5 is 35, plus our numerator is 1, 36 over 5. Then to multiply fractions, we multiply our numerators and multiply our denominators. To multiply our numerators, we have 36 times 9. 9 times 6 is 54. 9 times 3 is 27, plus 5, 32. So our numerator is 324. 2 times 5 is 10. So if we left it as an improper fraction, it would be 324 over 10. Or 10 goes into 324 32 times with 4 left over, and our denominator stays the same. So 32 and 4/10. Either answer would be fine. Number 3 says write an equivalent problem with a whole number divisor and then solve. So since we have decimal points, we can multiply them each by 10. If we multiply 15 and 6/10 by 10, we move our decimal point over 1. If we multiply 3/10 by 10, we move our decimal point over 1. So our equivalent problem would be 156 divided by 3. So that to actually solve that, 3 goes into 15 5 times. You subtract, bring down the 6. 3 goes into 6 2 times. With 0 left over, our answer would be 52. Number 4 says Jory spent 1 3/4 hour doing chores. She spent 2/3 of an hour vacuuming. How much of the time did she spend on her other chores? So she had 1 3/4 of an hour on chores. 2/3 of those hours was vacuuming. So we have to subtract 2/3. When we subtract, we need to find a common denominator. So I have 4 and 3. If I count by 4s, 4, 8, 12, 16. Count by 3s, 3, 6, 9, 12. I can change them both over to 12s. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 4 is 12. 2 times 4 is 8. So now I have 1 and 9 12s minus 8 12s. 9 12ths minus 8 12 is 1 12. 1 minus 0 is 1. So she spent 1 and 1/12 hours on different chores. Number 5 says explain how you solved problem 3. So again, first thing is I multiplied both numbers by 10 to get the equivalent problem. Once I got the equivalent problem of 156 divided by 3, I divided using the normal traditional method of division. However, if you use partial quotients, you can just explain that. And then, once you divide, you find out that the answer is 52.